broadcasting tonight locally and live from Anodyne on Bruce in Walker's Point. We are here with a beautiful live studio audience. Give yourselves a hand. We are here with a beautiful band. We're going to be hearing from them in a bit. And tonight's show also being live streamed. You can watch along at WMSC.org as well on WMSC's Facebook and YouTube channels.
Indeed, and Local Live is presented by Third Space Brewing. You have your home, you have your work, but everyone needs a third space, and this just in, folks. Exciting news, Direct Supply has thrown down a generous matching challenge right now of $500. Let's give them a hand, Direct Supply.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Direct Supply. All gifts made to WMSC will be matched dollar for dollar until the $500 matching challenge has been met. Thanks to Direct Supply for offering up this matching gift. And we welcome everyone to become a member now, especially if you've never given before. Matt and I have some lovely examples of the thank you gifts you can receive if you become a member.
Look at this.
Knit cap.
Prop comedy. Tune in,
How does
folks.
it look,
We got
folks?
scarves, we got hats. We are in the
Scarves,
midst of
hats.
the membership drive.
So call 414-277-WMSE right now. We have people standing by at the station to take your call, or you can go to WMSC.org and click Donate. And these challenge gifts brought to you by Direct Supply Foundation on behalf of Direct Supply's Innovation and Technology Center on the MSOE campus. Now, enough of that spiel. Please welcome our very special musical guests, Dead Horses, ladies and gentlemen.
Gently woven curls of gold, a mirror to my face. It's never what I thought it was. It's never too late. My eyes are all painted on, my skin is all They said they were all sinners, saints with no sin. I carry one message now of reverence. Yes, this can be our story now. This can be our song. Birds are at the chorus, yeah. all sing along. Yes, this can be our story now. This can be our song. Birds are at the chorus here, and we'll all sing along. Sometime last year, I lost my voice. I lost touch with who needed me most. See, if we act quickly, full of grace, we can save this place. We can save this place. Days grow longer now. We'll move on somehow. I miss LA in the Twin Cities, in the open road laid bare in front of me. East and west, across the continent, baptized by dissidents, baptized by dissidents. Days grow longer now. We'll move on somehow. I miss Nashville in Tennessee, Blue Ridge Mountains in the Appalachian trees. I miss the backdoor alleys and jamming that hippie jazz, but it ain't as simple as that. It ain't as simple as that. Days grow longer now. We'll move on somehow. Days grow longer now. We'll move on somehow.
Thank you so much. Thank you, WMSE. Matt Kale, thank you.
In the arms of a lover, in the arms of your son, you lay your breath heavy, you're the only one. Won't you sit for a while, won't you rest yourself? You know it ain't such a shame to have lost yourself. You know it ain't such a shame to have lost yourself. of cheap red wine. All my sacred sins and all your dirty lies. And I ride and I ride and I ride and I ride. I keep riding even and I don't know why. I keep riding even when I don't know why. Oh, said if my heart were a turntable, if my belly was a speaker and my soul a needle. Oh, said if my heart were a turntable, if my belly was a speaker and my soul a needle. Oh, meet me in the garden by the flowers blue, where the trees stretch and wrap themselves around you, and they fill you up till you don't know what to do. On a winter's night when everything is new. On a winter's night when everything is new. Oh, said if my heart were a turntable, and my belly was a speaker and my soul a needle. Oh, said if my heart were a turntable, and my belly was a speaker and my soul a needle. Ooh.
Dead Horses on WMSC's Local Live. Quick reminder that it is our membership drive, and our friends at Direct Supply have thrown down a generous matching challenge. We got to hit $500 for this program.
Easy.
And they will match us dollar for dollar, so your dollars are doubled right now. Call up the station at 414-277-WMSE. Go to WMSC.org. Or go back to the table back there, and someone will take your donation back there if you so choose and you're in attendance. So, Dead Horses, welcome to WMSC again.
Thank you. It's great
Great
to be
to
here.
have you. Can we have a quick band introduction?
You want a quick band introduction?
Could we? Yes. Could you introduce
Absolutely.
the band, please?
Absolutely. On the upright bass, we have Daniel Wolf.
Thank you.
On the drum set, we have Jamie Gallagher. Jamie Gallagher from Ames, Iowa.
Cheers.
I am Sarah Voss, and we are Dead Horses.
Now, I swear this was not intentional, but it may seem like we're a little Brady Street obsessed lately, because last month we had Holy Pinto, and there was a lot of Brady Street discussion. And now your new album is called Brady Street.
Indeed.
First of all, are you and Holy Pinto in cahoots?
Negative.
Is this a conspiracy? Pro Brady Street conspiracy?
We'll talk about it off the record, okay?
Okay. So tell us about a memory from Brady Street that makes it so near and dear to your heart that you'd name an album after it.
Man, there's so many memories, but one that I like to talk about, especially to people that don't live in Milwaukee and have never been on Brady Street, is one time Dan and I were meeting up down there. I think it was probably around noon. It was not very late in the day, and I came across a woman on an electric scooter, and she had a small little puppy by her feet and a cup of beer in a cup holder, and was just rolling down the street. And I thought, that is Brady Street. That's Brady Street in a nutshell. It's kind of a place for misfits in a way. Like, it's like everyone belongs there. anyone belongs there, and that's, I think, what makes it so special to me.
I love that.
I think I know that woman, by the way. I've seen her, which is always great when people say something that's like, oh yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. So yeah, I'm going to quiz you on Brady Street city policy. Do you or do you not support the pedestrianization of Brady Street?
I support it.
There we go. All right, you're on the record. Thank you.
On the record.
But seriously, folks, let's talk about actually the first song that you performed this evening. That is a song called "Birds Can Write the Chorus." Am I correct?
You are.
Am I also correct in saying that this is, it appears on your new album, Brady Street, but it's an older song that you re-recorded for this new record. So what's the story behind that? Why did you re-record this track, and how has your kind of recording process evolved over the last couple of years?
Sure. I'll speak to the first part of that question. The reason we recorded it again, we put it out on an EP in March of 2020. So need I say more? But no, we put it out on an EP then, and it was really the previous 3 records we had done. You know, we went to San Francisco, we went to Nashville, we worked with producers and really nice studios. And with this EP, we did a few songs up at the Refuge in Appleton, and just like basically the opposite, just a very basic kind of setup. And we wanted to see what that felt like and what it felt like to do it without a producer. So we released Birds Can Write the Chorus then. Everything kind of shut down, and then when we came back from the pandemic and said, let's make a record, I pushed very strongly to re-record that song because I wanted it to be part of this new record that meant so much to me. But I also want to let Dan talk about kind of how the evolution of our recording process throughout the years.
Yeah, totally. So like leading up to the pandemic, we played live so much that we kind of learned the songs, and we kind of learned how to play them together playing live. That's just how we did it. We would get together and rehearse sometimes, but normally we'd get on a stage and play the songs and kind of almost ingrain parts based on doing it live. And sometimes hearing back a recording could be like, oh, we liked how that part went, and it's like, all right, that's the part now. And but yeah, for this record, we had a lot of time off. We started demoing the songs at home. We spent a lot of time kind of flexing that muscle in our home studios. Like, all right, let's record the music. Who knows if we'll ever play music again? And at least we'll have it at home. But yeah, so it's evolved a lot. Like, we worked with a lot of producers, and we learned a lot of stuff from these people. But then for Brady Street, we went into the studio on our own with our own demos and just built the songs in the studio based off of those demos.
Well, it sounds terrific, I gotta say. So whatever your formula is, it's working.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, I think it's time for a couple more songs, if you guys
Please.
don't mind. Here they are once again on WMSE's local live, Dead Horses.
Kiss me at night when the sky's full of light and the moment's just right. And I might just bend, but I will not break for my own damn sake. I'll lend you my hand when the world don't understand. You are who you need to be. When the world's out of touch and you don't feel enough, remember you are who you need to be. To be and try to speak with truth with her eyes on you, and though she will not move her beliefs, you are who you are. she is who she is, and she may just miss your light. I'll lend you my hand when the world don't understand. You are who you need to be. When the world's out of touch and you don't feel enough, remember you are who you need to be. And you deserve love, and you are quite enough. F all that other bull stuff. Be who makes you feel most alive, and whether wrong or right, I'll lend you my hand when the world don't understand. You are who you need to be. When the world's out of touch and you don't feel enough, remember you are who you need to be. To be. To be. Darling, won't you rest your weary eyes? There's no use in waiting for sunrise. And if the stars begin to dim, and if the earth ceases to spin, no matter where I am or where I've been, a person needs a place to rest her head, a place to put her burdens down to rest. I think I'll join the working class, and I just want my work to last. Tell me now, is that too much to ask? Sometimes there ain't no right, there ain't no wrong. There ain't a new way to put it in a song. I'm sorry, Dad, I'm sorry, Mom, and I think I've known it all along. Sometimes there ain't no right, there ain't no wrong. A flower for the gaze you shared with me, a stone for all our memories, a petal here, a petal there, a petal for your lovely hair, a penance for the things I could not share.
Dead Horses, ladies and gentlemen. What more do you want? I don't think you need anything more. Fantastic. Playing music from their new record, Brady Street. And I believe that last one was from an older record. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct on that.
Thank you. The internet helped me on that one, but I knew it was older. Just a reminder that we are in the midst of WMSC's fall membership drive, so you should totally call and become a member. I did just that before I came here tonight. In fact, I was sitting in my car, and I realized I hadn't been a member since about 2017, and I thought if I showed my face around here and tried to co-host the show, they'd kick me out. So I'm a
That's correct.
sound citizen in good standing once again to this fine radio station. And you can be too. Also, we have a matching challenge going on right now, up to $500. That's thanks to Direct Supply. They will match your dollar amount up to $500. And we have a couple folks that have called in and donated so far. We got to thank them. Eric, thank you for your generous donation. And Kurt, thank you for your generous donation of $200. That's
right.
fantastic. That's putting us close to the $500 mark. So you can still get in there and have your dollar amount matched from our friends at Direct Supply. What a great idea.
Thanks a lot to Eric and what is it? And Kurt. Thanks a lot to Eric and Kurt and Direct Supply for throwing down this matching challenge.
And thank you to Dead Horses. Let's go back to you. Let's talk about playing live. We kind of touched on this earlier. We talked about the pandemic. You released a record March 2020. And when I think of Dead Horses, I think of a group that plays out and tours a lot. And I think even for the next month or so, next couple months, you're on the road. Am I correct? Where are you headed for the next month or so?
So this week we're actually doing a bunch of Wisconsin shows. Tomorrow we're in Mineral Point, which is kind of near Madison. The next day we're in Madison. And then Friday we're in Green Bay, and Saturday in Mosinee, which is central Wisconsin. And then in December we do a West Coast tour, which kind of takes us from like Spokane to San Diego, Arizona, Colorado, I don't know, everywhere.
Fantastic. So we hear a lot these days about how hard it is for groups to tour, just how grueling it is, how kind of financially tough it is. We don't need to get into that, but for you, what are kind of like, what are the high points of touring? Why do you do it? Why do you love it? What do you get out of it? Dan, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, it's playing the music. Hands down. It's not all these long drives. Long drives can be meditative. They can really, I don't know, when you're driving around this country, it's really interesting to see all the things you're seeing. And we go from a major city through rural areas to the next major city, and you see a lot of crazy stuff. But hands down, it's playing music. And especially if there's people in the room that want to hear it, mwah, it makes it all worth it.
There you go.
Speaking of rural areas, I think, I'm not positive, but I think at least since I've been doing this show, you're the first guests we've had on the program who have played Alpine Valley. Can you tell us how that came about, what that was like playing Alpine Valley?
We were in Baton Rouge, Louisiana one day. First crawfish boil. I didn't take to it too well. Earlier in the day, I was walking down the sidewalk, and there was a live crawfish. And he was like going like this at me with his hands up, and I'm like, I can't eat these guys. But anyways, back to the point. We received a text from our manager saying, call me now, like code of red or something. That was like very concerning because she had never said that before. I didn't even know what code red meant. And we called her, and she's like, hey, you guys have an offer to open up for the Who at Alpine Valley. And we're like, what? So that show that night was so fun because the whole time we're like playing the songs like, oh yeah, we're opening for the Who next fall. And then, yeah, for me, I mean, the whole summer leading into it, just the anxiety and pressure about it just grew and grew and grew because everywhere we went, everyone was like, you're opening for the Who at Alpine Valley. And it became such this big thing in my head. I almost felt sick about it. And when we got to Alpine Valley, and you know, the sound check is just a big old mess. They brought in like a whole different PA just for us. And but once we got up on stage and played, after questioning myself so much, as soon as we were playing on that stage, it was just like all the spirits of all the cool musicians that had played on that stage before me just filled me right up. And I was like, I want to keep doing this. I could play some more shows like this. And of course, it was really amazing to watch the Who play, and they played with the whole orchestra. And yeah, it was just, it's very surreal. It's very surreal that happened, and we're thankful for the experience.
And you even got a shout out from Pete Townsend in print.
I know, indeed.
Praising your songwriting. So
I
that's,
know, it's so crazy. It's cool that he even, it's cool that he even listens to it. I think he compared himself to, was it like Elton John or something? I'm not like Elton John who knows all the new band songs, but, and then he went on to talk about us, but yeah, it was cool.
Very cool. Well, let's hope you're back on the Alpine Valley stage someday. I'm excited to see that.
Here's
And,
to that,
I
and
think-
here's to even bigger stages. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
And Matt
here's-
has some news for us here.
Yeah, here's to Jim. He is a new sound citizen. He has dialed into WMSC. He's a sustaining member. He's giving $20 a month. And for $20 a month, you get this really nice scarf, which I picked up earlier as well. So do it to it. Become a sound citizen for WMSC. Without further ado, Dead Horses, why don't we hear some more music?
This one is called Brady Street. Strangers in the lost light, I just wanna get it right. Your eyes still shine so bright. You gave up seeing your dad, said it makes you too sad. I can understand that. I can understand that. My mind's been so busy, and I can get so angry. Sometimes it really strikes me. And how can everybody stand it? I think I'd like a night swim. Oh, there it is again. Oh, there it is again. Cognitive dissonance. Rich kid libertarian. We're polarizing everything. We're polarizing everything. Da 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 da. I want something simple, dull and uneventful. No, I don't need no rock and roll. No, I don't need no rock and roll. Just a good book or two, something to put my mind to, and a few sweet laughs with you, and a few sweet laughs with you. was once a young fool like you, afraid to do the things I knew to do, afraid of losing you, afraid of losing you. Flakes of snow on grass just turned green. So much I haven't seen, so much I haven't seen. Kissed me on the grass. I never would look back. I never would look back. You held me in the dark. How lovely you are. How lovely you are. The song is called Bird Over the Train. Gonna leave this place, gonna walk away like a bird over the train, make my own way. Said you couldn't stay, rain drove you away. So much more to say, love's not far away. Y'all give it up for Daniel Wolf playing the upright bass.
Give it up for Sarah Voss singing, playing the guitars. And welcome back, James Gallagher.
Wow.
Dead Horses, that was absolutely beautiful. I just want to say we've got a few more people to thank quickly. We've got Rick, who gave a generous donation. Thanks, Rick.
Thanks,
Shout out to Rick. We've got Lemon, who gave $20 a month and became a Sound Citizen sustaining member.
Thank you, Lemon.
Lemon.
Thank you, thank you.
Johnny, $10 a month. Thank you, Johnny.
Johnny.
Joe and Jeanette, $100. Folks, we met our direct supply challenge.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Hooray!
We are
Thank
talking.
you so much, everybody. That doesn't mean you should stop becoming a member, however. 414-277-WMSE or WMSE.org. Become a member today. A couple more questions for you all before we have some more music. You talked about recording the new album, Honeystone Studios in Neenah. Was that place already familiar to you, Neenah?
Yeah, actually, I grew up in Oshkosh, which is just next door. Dan grew up in Berlin, also very close to there. So we're Fox Valley kids. And we had done work at the Refuge in Appleton, which is a really cool spot if you've never heard of it. And they actually turned us on to Honeytone. And Honeytone is really special. It's on Doty Island in Neenah, Wisconsin. I did not know there was an island in Neenah, Wisconsin until we were there. And it's basically just like one of the coolest collections of gear, guitars, just gear, amps, everything that I've ever seen. And I got to play like so many amazing guitars. And it's all in this super old Victorian style mansion. And there's three men that kind of run the studio, and we went in and checked it out, and we're like, let's do it here. But big shout out to Honeytone.
So what would be your number one recommendation of something to do in Neenah, aside from going to the studio, of course?
Gord's. It's a little pub, tavern called Gord's. I mean, you just got to go. Yeah, it is got to go.
That's
What
all we
would you
needed.
say?
I'm leaving right after
Gord's
this thing.
also.
Yeah, sounds great.
They have a great frozen pizza late at night if you ever need one.
So speaking of the new album, which is called Brady Street, nearly all the songs that you've played tonight and you will play after this break are from the new record. And Sarah, I believe I read an interview with you where you said that this was kind of the first record that you felt like just completely good about like releasing it into the world, that you felt so confident about this record. Is this true?
Yeah, it kind of felt like a coming of age record for us. We've done, how many records have we done? 3 before this, 3 or 4, and always with this sense of kind of like fear about it. And I always knew at the time that there's no rationality behind that, because within art, it's all subjective. Like there is no good and there is no bad. I think maybe that I just had like a piece of my ego tied to the older stuff that I was just more fearful about it. Whereas this felt like we finally like really honed in on the chemistry between the three of us, between Dan and Jamie and me, and that was like the goal. And I think we did accomplish that. And now, that's not to say that I don't listen to the songs. I'm like, ooh, I would do that differently, or ooh, I would do that differently. But I think it's a really great snapshot of who we've become as a band.
I absolutely agree. Not a question, but an observation. It's a fantastic record. Congratulations on
Thank
putting
you.
it together. And let's, we have time for a few more songs, so please grace us with some more music.
Yeah, thank you. I beat my friend up to the creek. I was walking in my young bare feet. If you've got something to say, then speak, then speak, then speak, then speak, then speak, then speak, then speak. came first before my twin. We were both born right into sin. Till I rubbed the giant redwood skin. Amen, 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 amen. Well, money comes and money goes. Well, sickness hides and sickness shows. The glass is empty, the glass is full, is full, is full, is full, is full, is full. Is life real or illusion? Aimless or direction? I lost my ego with my grin. I sure do hope it happens soon again. A year ago, my brother almost died. I think he feels his hands are tied. My love for him is deep and wide. The day your brother almost died, he lay breathless on the bridge. Said heaven he had visited. Well, okay, kid. Such a lovely live audience. How are y'all doing out there? Thank you so much for coming out this evening. It's a treat for us. under gray skies. Strangers who've lost their mind, and those ain't kind, and those ain't kind. And this truth shows itself every time. Well, I don't mind, well, I don't mind. Maybe we've lost our heads, but not our hearts. I wanna give it another try. I'm down the road under gray skies. And is life as fragile as it seems? Over the mountain seat, over your ego leap. And is life as unfair as it feels? His kindness is real, kindness is real. Maybe we've lost our heads, but not our hearts. I wanna give it another try. Out on the road under gray skies. Thank y'all very much. We've got time for one more tune. This one is called It's All Good. Past the church to the grocery store, I just need a little more, and the fridge is never really full. Yellow lights shine on the streets, and the church bells ringing out to me. Just be. The church gives out free loaves of bread because Jesus spoke and Jesus fed. But I'll just keep on walking past. And I could turn back time, I would, and I'd tell myself it's all in time.
Dead Horses, ladies and gentlemen.
Dead Horses. Ladies and gentlemen, folks, that is our show. Thank you to Dead Horses. Thank you to everyone who became members here throughout the past hour. We have a special thanks to Todd, who just recently gave $500. And
Wow.
that brings our total for the last hour up to over $2,000. That helps keep WMSC on the air, doing what they do, doing things like this, bringing fantastic groups like Dead Horses to you. If you want to become a WMSC member, give them a call at 414-277-WMSC or go to WMSC.org, click donate. Do it now. Tonight's edition of Local Live was broadcast and live streamed from Anodyne on Bruce and Walker's Point. Local Live is a production of 91.7 WMSC, produced by Cal Roach, that's him, and Matt Wild, that's me. Audio and video engineering by Neverland Productions. All graphics by Ertrock Design. Band hospitality by Transfer Pizza. Local Live is presented by Third Space Brewing. You have your home, you have your work, but everyone needs a third space. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Dead Horses.
Real quick, could you give people the best way to keep in touch with Dead Horses, keep up to date on what's coming up in your world?
Yeah, for sure. Our website is deadhorses.net. Instagram, Facebook, it's all Dead Horses, WI for Wisconsin. And thank you all for being here, and thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. I want to thank my friend Matt Wild for filling in and guest hosting again.
you, Cal.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
And I want to let you know you can find guests and archives of past Local Live performances at WMSC.org. And tune in again next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for another edition of Local Live. Back in the studio, special musical guest Rat Bat Spider. And I'll have a special guest co-host for this one too, Maggie from Pound Cake Punk. So tune in for that. It's going to be awesome. And stay tuned for more information about our next month's Anodyne show. It's going to be our holiday spectacular. We'll have more details on that soon. Keep the love going for WMSC on Midnight Radio coming up next. And shout out to our in-house audience here. You people were amazing. Thank you so much. Sending it back to the WMSC studios. We'll see you next time.